I never thought a family reunion could go so horribly wrong. But then again, I should have known better. My family isn't exactly what you'd call normal. Picture this: a hot summer day, a park filled with picnic tables, and the distant sound of kids playing. It seemed like the perfect setting for a peaceful family gathering. I was wrong. Very, very wrong. It all started with Aunt Brenda. Now, Aunt Brenda is what you'd call a loud personality. She's the type who doesn't talk, she broadcasts. You could probably hear her laugh from 2 blocks away. So there she was, setting up her side of the table with her famous potato salad when she spotted Cousin Eddie approaching. Eddie, bless his heart, always tries to make a grand entrance. And this time he decided that the best way to do that was by riding in on a hoverboard. Now, Eddie isn't exactly coordinated. The moment Aunt Brenda spotted him, she let out a scream so loud that birds flew out of nearby trees. "Eddie, no!" she hollered, waving her arms like she was trying to land a plane. But it was too late. Eddie, startled by the sudden shout, lost control and toppled over, taking the potato salad with him. The hoverboard shot out from under him, crashed into the table, and sent everything flying: plates, cups, napkins, and all. Aunt Brenda's scream was only matched by the wail of Grandma, who had been sitting quietly at the end of the table, minding her own business. When the potato salad hit the ground, Grandma looked like she had just witnessed a crime scene. "My potato salad!" Aunt Brenda shrieked as if it were a precious artifact. Eddie, still sprawled on the ground, looked like he wanted to sink into the earth and disappear. But the chaos didn't end there. Uncle Rick, who had been manning the grill, decided that this was the perfect time to show off his flipping skills. He grabbed the spatula with all the bravado of a seasoned chef and attempted to flip a burger high into the air. Unfortunately, Uncle Rick had never mastered the art of catching things. The burger flew up and came right back down, straight onto Uncle Rick's face. The sight of a grown man with a beef patty stuck to his cheek was too much for my little cousin Timmy. He burst out laughing, which set off a chain reaction of giggles, chuckles, and outright guffaws from the rest of the family. Even Uncle Rick, with his burger mask, started laughing. The whole scene looked like something out of a slapstick comedy. At this point, you'd think the embarrassment would be over. But you'd be wrong. Aunt Marge, who had spent the entire morning boasting about her new singing career, which was really just karaoke at the local bar, decided that now was the time for an impromptu performance. She grabbed a spoon, used it as a makeshift microphone, and launched into a screechy rendition of "My Heart Will Go On." Aunt Marge's singing was so bad that even the dogs in the park started howling. People from other picnics began to look over, clearly wondering what on earth was happening. Meanwhile, my cousin Sarah was trying to capture the whole disaster on her phone, giggling uncontrollably as she zoomed in on Aunt Marge's overly dramatic expressions. And then there was Dad. My dad, who usually tries to be the cool parent, decided to join in the fun. He thought it would be hilarious to prank Mom by sneaking up behind her with a water balloon. But Dad, being Dad, forgot that water balloons are, well, slippery. As he crept up, balloon in hand, it suddenly slipped out of his grasp, flew through the air, and landed right on Aunt Brenda's head. For a split second, everything went silent. Aunt Brenda stood there, drenched, with water dripping down her face, eyes wide with shock. And then she let out a scream that could rival a horror movie. The entire park seemed to freeze as everyone turned to stare at our picnic table, which now looked like a battlefield. By the time the chaos subsided, our family reunion had turned into a full-blown spectacle. Strangers were laughing, some even recording on their phones. And I was desperately wishing for the ground to swallow me whole. As we packed up to leave, I caught a glimpse of the sign at the park entrance: "Welcome to a fun and relaxing day." I couldn't help but laugh. As embarrassing as it was, I realized something that day. My family may be loud, chaotic, and a bit crazy, but they're mine. And honestly, what's life without a few ridiculous moments to laugh about later? So yes, my family reunion was a disaster, but it was our disaster, and that made it unforgettable.